Hello everyone. Today we will discuss about the objectives of teaching science at various levels. The general aims of science teaching as per NCF 2005. NCF is nothing but National Curricular Framework. They are as follows. Science education should enable the learner to know the facts and principles of science and its application consistent with the stages of cognitive development. So the basic idea is that the pupil should be aware of the facts and principles of science, and they should also know how it can be applied and how it can remain consistent with the cognitive stages of a student or of an individual. Second one is to acquire the skills and understand the methods and processes that lead to generation of scientific knowledge. So again, the another aim reflects in acquiring skills and understanding the methods and processes which can help an individual understand how the scientific knowledge has generated. So when a person will be aware of the methods and processes, ultimately the person will get an understanding of how difficult it was or how a particular concept has evolved. Third one is to develop historical and developmental perspective of science. So it will also help an individual understand how the history and how the development has contributed to the concept that we are dealing with now or studying now. Because when we think of a theory or a principle, or for that matter, any law, it doesn't come in a day's work or it or a work that is done for a few hours. But it is really an effort, a whole lifetime's contribution of a scientist, of an individual who works, or a group of people who work towards it. So a person would understand the historical and developmental perspective of everything or every concept in science. Fourth one is to relate science to the environment, appreciate and solve issues at the interface of science, technology, and society. So a person would also understand how science is related to environment and also how there is an interlinkage between science, technology, and society. So how these three pillars are associated with each other. Moving ahead, to acquire the requisite theoretical knowledge and practical skills in the world of work. So it will also help an individual understand the theory that goes behind a given concept and also the kind of practical skills that are required for an individual to survive in the world of work. So it will help an individual acquire them. Next one is to nurture the natural curiosity and creativity in science and technology. So it will also help an individual nurture the inbuilt curiosity that every human being has and also to develop creativity in science and technology. Next one is to imbibe the values of honesty, integrity, cooperation, concern for life, and preservation of environment. So it will also help an individual develop all these values, which are of utmost importance. And to cultivate scientific temper, objectivity, critical thinking, and freedom from fear and prejudices. So it will also help an individual develop the scientific temper. So when we talk about scientific temper, what does it include? It includes objectivity, it includes critical thinking, a critical way of looking at things around him or her, and freedom from fear and prejudices. A person who is free from fear and prejudices can only move towards or evolve in the direction of developing or cultivating scientific temper. So these were the general aims of science teaching as per NCF, that is National Curricular Framework 2005, as in how science education will enable a learner to do all these things. So what is the importance or what is the general aim of it? Now we will discuss objectives of teaching science at primary stage. Now, when we talk about primary stage, here we introduce the subject of science or certain concepts of science. So, according to NCF 2005, what are the basic objectives? The first one is to arouse curiosity about the world, that is, natural environment, artifacts, and people around. To develop basic cognitive and psychomotor skills by engaging the child in exploratory activities, observation, drawing, classification, estimation, and measurement. So in a way, you are trying to involve the child to develop his or her cognitive and psychomotor skills by giving them an opportunity to observe, draw, classify, estimate, and measure, for which several activities would be designed. And to help the child to internalize values of cleanliness, honesty, cooperation, concern for life and environment. So this again becomes one of the major objectives. And to help the child to articulate his thoughts or her thoughts and develop a framework for observing the world. So in a way, it helps a child understand what are the ways by which he or she can have a look or understand the world around him or her. And thus, focus will be language management through and for science teaching. So in a way, at primary level, although we focus on all these things, but in a way, we are also trying to manage the way they understand or they portray what they understood. And this can be done through science teaching or for science teaching. So, in a way, it is about focusing on the language management by giving them all these activities and asking them to verbally tell the teacher or the more knowledgeable other of what they have understood because it's at a primary level. Next one is NCF 2005. Here we'll be discussing about the objectives of teaching science at the upper primary stage. The first objective here is to enable the learners to arrive at concepts through activities and experiments. Since we are at upper primary stage, we can make the students learn something or learn some important concepts through various activities and experiments. To engage students in meaningful investigations of the problem they perceive to be important. So it is the ultimate responsibility of a teacher to make the students realize why this particular topic or why any given topic is important, and making them realize that there is a need of investigation of the problem. Okay, any concept which they do not know or are not aware of is considered as a problem here. So the moment they try and investigate about their problem, they'll understand it in a better way. To develop the ability to collect data from easily available resources. So there are various easily available sources or resources from which they can collect the data. So the method that they employ or they use in order to collect the data can be developed here. And to help students develop self-learning skills with an emphasis on the science process skills. So again here science process skills, which include the integrated and basic science process skills, play a very important role, which will help a learner develop self-learning skills for himself or herself so that he or she can learn any scientific topic after the schooling or even during the schooling, which may not be there in the syllabus. So it can contribute to the overall development of a child in terms of the learning skills that he or she would require. Now let us focus on how NCF 2005 looks at the objectives of teaching science at secondary stage. So here the objective is to help students comprehend concepts in a way that would allow the students to understand the concepts, principles, and laws of science and not just know the formal definition. So here we go much beyond only understanding or knowing the formal definition of all the concepts, but here we expect the students to understand the concept, the principle behind, or to make them understand about the law of science. So it is basically about developing an understanding among them. Second one is to develop the critical ability to evaluate the epistemological status of facts that they encounter in science. So in a way, we are here trying to make them realize what is the importance of developing that critical thinking or critical approach towards understanding that origin of that knowledge, origin of those facts, so that whenever they come across anything in science, they should develop or they should have that ability to find from where exactly it has come. So it develops that ability in them. And to perform experiments as a tool to discover and verify theoretical principles. So it also makes the student more comfortable and makes them understand how to perform experiments in order to confirm the principles or to discover or verify the things or the theoretical principles that they study in theory. So this is one of the major objectives. So if you have any queries or any questions related to the topic that we just discussed, please feel free to type it in the chat box. Thank you.